The lights never truly fade in boxing. They only shift from one battlefield to another. Welcome back to Fight to Flight, where fists write history, where pressure creates diamonds, and where every round tells a story deeper than the scorecards. This week, the sport delivered two brutal reminders of why boxing remains the purest theater in combat sports. In Las Vegas, David Benavidez stormed into cruiserweight glory against Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. Then, across the Atlantic in Manchester, Daniel Dubois survived chaos, blood, and knockdowns to break Fabio Wardley in one of the most savage heavyweight wars of the modern era. Two fights, two statements, and two nights that changed the future of boxing. We begin under the bright lights of T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas during Cinco de Mayo weekend. The atmosphere felt electric before the first punch was even thrown. David Benavidez, already feared as the Mexican Monster, entered the ring carrying expectations that stretched far beyond another title fight. He was moving up to cruiserweight, facing a naturally larger opponent in Gilberto Ramirez, a former unified champion with elite experience and the size advantage many believed could finally slow Benavidez down. Instead, Benavidez turned the entire fight into a declaration of dominance. From the opening bell, his rhythm looked terrifying. The jab snapped like a whip. His combinations came in waves. Ramirez tried to establish distance and use his southpaw angles, but Benavidez kept cutting the ring with frightening precision. Reports from Sky Sports and Premier Boxing Champions described how Benavidez switched stances fluidly, controlled exchanges with speed, and punished Ramirez every time he hesitated. By round 4, the pressure became unbearable. Benavidez exploded with a blistering combination that forced Ramirez to take a knee. The crowd erupted. But what made the moment special wasn't just the knockdown, it was the message. Benavidez wasn't simply surviving at cruiserweight. He was imposing himself physically against a naturally bigger world champion. Ramirez got up, but the momentum was gone. Then came the 6th. Benavidez trapped Ramirez near the ropes and unleashed another violent barrage. Hooks upstairs, body shots downstairs, fast hands, relentless pressure. Ramirez dropped again, and this time he couldn't continue. The referee waved it off at 2:59 of the 6th round, officially crowning David Benavidez as the unified WBA and WBO cruiserweight champion. What made the victory even bigger was the historical weight behind it. Benavidez became a champion across 3 divisions: super middleweight, light heavyweight, and now cruiserweight. And almost immediately after the fight, attention shifted toward one name sitting ringside: Canelo Alvarez. The call-out felt inevitable. But beyond the politics and future superfights, this performance proved something more important. Benavidez is no longer just an aggressive pressure fighter. He is evolving into a complete destroyer, smarter, sharper, and more dangerous with every division he conquers. Now we move from Las Vegas glamour to Manchester brutality. If Benavidez versus Ramirez was a statement of dominance, Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley was pure survival. The Co-op Live Arena shook from the opening seconds. Literally seconds. Only 10 seconds into the fight, Fabio Wardley detonated a right hand that dropped Dubois to the canvas. The crowd exploded in disbelief. Dubois got up, but the chaos had already begun. Wardley smelled blood and continued attacking with reckless aggression. Then, in round 3, another knockdown. Suddenly, the old doubts surrounding Dubois returned the criticism. The accusations that he folded under pressure. The whispers that he lacked heart in the biggest moments. But this version of Daniel Dubois looked different. Instead of collapsing mentally, he steadied himself. He returned behind the jab. He slowed the pace. And slowly, brutally, he began breaking Wardley apart. The middle rounds became horrifying. Dubois hammered Wardley with right hands and uppercuts while blood poured from Wardley's damaged nose. His face swelled badly. Yet somehow he kept fighting. Fans on Reddit and boxing analysts across major outlets described the contest as both heroic and disturbing, a fight many believed should have been stopped earlier. Still, Wardley refused to surrender. That refusal made the fight unforgettable. According to punch statistics published after the bout, Dubois landed nearly twice as many punches as Wardley across the fight, slowly drowning him with pressure and power. Finally, in round 11, the punishment became too severe. Dubois unleashed another brutal attack, and the referee stepped in to stop the fight. Blood covered the ring. Wardley looked exhausted beyond comprehension. Dubois raised his hands as the new WBO heavyweight champion. It wasn't clean. It wasn't technical perfection. It was war. And maybe that's why the boxing world reacted so strongly. Some called it the heavyweight fight of the year. Others questioned why it lasted so long. But nobody questioned the courage inside that ring. 2 fights, 2 completely different stories. David Benavidez showed the terrifying beauty of calculated destruction. Daniel Dubois showed the ugly, painful resilience required to survive heavyweight warfare. That is boxing. One night can crown a king. One round can change a legacy. And one punch can silence every doubt in the world. This has been Fight to Flight. Stay ready, stay dangerous, and we'll see you next time when the bell rings again.